welcome in Earth Signs. My name is Maria at Indigo Earth. I am here to do a general reading for you, our Earth Signs, Virgo, Taurus, and Capricorn. So thank you for coming into the channel. It's good to have you here. This is a general reading for the beginning of April. In the Northern Hemisphere, we are moving into spring. So this is a general reading, so it might not resonate with all of you. So take what fits. If it doesn't fit, don't try to make it fit. It just might mean that the reading is just not meant for you. But for those of you that this does resonate, I'm going to have it extended at the end of this reading. We're going to dive deeper into the messages coming through by exploring the zodiac signs that show up in your reading. Those zodiac signs are about intimate relationships as well as personal connections. Friends, family, best friends, extended family, friends and family of your significant other, just anybody that kind of influences your energetic field. So just keep that with you as we go through the reading. And let's get started for you. This is for our Earth signs. Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. Messages for those watching, please. All right, here we go. So, overall energetic theme for the reading, we have the Three of Wands. Expectations. Waiting and expectations. So, let's see where your current energy is. Where are you at currently? We have the Page of Swords. You're watching. Could be watching, could be reviewing something, could be thinking some things through before you take action. So what's happening here? What's going on with you? We have the Wheel of Fortune. Something here has changed. Or this could be about divine timing as well. So let's see what your challenges or your opportunity come in here. We have the Eight of Swords. So you could be doubting something. Could be maybe feeling a little bit not defeated, but just kind of like there's nothing you can do about this right now because you're waiting for something. There's some sort of expectation. You're waiting for the right time here. Maybe you're waiting for the opportune moment. You kind of feel like your hands are tied at this point. So let's see what life is assisting you with. What is life working on with you? We have the Three of Swords. So you're working through some emotional stuff here right now. Stuff that probably doesn't feel very good. So how did you get here? What have you been doing to this point? We have the Knight of Swords. So you have been taking action here. Communication, giving messages, talking. This could be anger as well, but we'll get clarity on that. So let's see what's heading your way. What's coming at you here in the next 0 to 3 months? We have the High Priestess. Well, I mean, that's following your inner guidance, but this is also the unknown, the mystery of it all. So let's see what's working in your favor at this point. We have the Two of Swords. Well, you're going to have to make some difficult decisions here. Maybe some decisions that you don't want to have to make. Maybe you're being put in a position that you don't want to be put in. Maybe you just don't want to deal with it. Whatever it is, it's working in your favor. Earth signs. So let's see what the outside influences are in this situation. We have Judgment. For some of you, this could be about a second chance. For others of you, this just could be about some realizations coming through. So what are your next steps here? What do you need to do with all this? We have the Four of Cups. Hold off. Hold off. There's nothing to do right now. This could also be just, not participating in it, whatever that is, whatever this is. So let's find out what this is. What's going on here? What's happening? What's the overall picture here in this? Oh, we have the Six of Swords. Well, some of you are, leaving some things behind. Or, maybe somebody has moved on or left you behind, or maybe, maybe there are just some things here that you're moving away from, releasing yourself from it. So what's going to happen then? Where are you going? We have the Seven of Pentacles. You're not sure yet. I think you're just in chill mode at this point. Still waiting for something to happen here. Waiting to see what happens. So what is this waiting? What is this divine timing? What's going on with you, Earth signs? What is the Wheel of Fortune here? So clarify the Wheel of Fortune for our Earth signs. We have Death, we have the Nine of Wands, and we have the Two of Cups. This could have to do with a relationship for some of you, or a very strong connection. I think this connection is going through some major transformation here. This is difficult. It's kind of like on its last leg. You could be waiting for some things to change before you, push through one last time or make one last final attempt here at a connection, or maybe you're waiting for somebody to make one last attempt to approach you. But there just seems to be something here where this is coming to its completion. And it's been very difficult, and it's going through some sort of turnaround, maybe. Could be. But it just seems to be something that just has had a lot of stress and strain put on it. I don't know that it's over with yet. The door may not have closed. Maybe there's some things that had to change in this connection or in this situation. But it's, this has definitely been hard. It's been hard. So let's see what the Eight of Swords is here. This is a challenge. So you could be doubting something. Maybe you're watching, or somebody's watching you. Maybe you're trying to get some sure footing here. But let's see what this challenge or this opportunity is here coming for you. We have the Lovers. That's Gemini energy coming in. So far we have Gemini, we have Cancer, Pisces, we have Scorpio, we have Sagittarius, and we have Scorpio again. But we have the Lovers, we have the Nine of Pentacles, and we have the Knight of Cups. Well, I think you're watching to see what is going on in this connection here. You might have some doubts coming through. You might have some feeling kind of like you're being, there's just no point to it. But the challenge here is to, we've got the Nine of Pentacles here, to really find your confidence, find your strength, feel good about what you're doing, instead of, maybe feeling like it's not working, or there's no chance, or there's, you don't have there's nothing you can do about this in this connection, because we got the connection coming up again, but we have more of self-assurity coming through. And we have the Knight of Cups, making amends. This possibly could be bringing in an apology. Maybe somebody needed to kind of learn how to stand on their own 2 feet, in a sense, to bring in an apology towards you too. Maybe there's some things that need to change here in this person. They need to learn how to stand on their own 2 feet first instead of relying on the connection to make them feel good. But this is, amends being made. And that's the challenge here. So instead of looking at it as a hopeless situation, maybe looking at it in more of a sense where it's not a hopeless situation. You're not tied up. You're just waiting for an opportune time, and there needs to be some transformation here. There needs to be some things that change. There needs to be some independence. There needs to be some confidence, a surety, feeling good about something. So let's see what the 3 of Swords is, because this is what the universe is trying to help you with. It's trying to help you work through some very difficult feelings, trying to help you overcome some feelings. Not overcome it, but work through them. This could also be having very difficult conversations as well. Some truths, maybe some realization about some truths that are not going to feel very good. Facing some truths maybe that you don't want to face. So clarify the 3 of Swords here. What do Earth signs need to know about the 3 of Swords? We have Temperance, we have the 8 of Cups, and we have the 10 of Swords. Well, what I'm seeing here is before, maybe something was out of balance before it got to this point, because there were some difficult conversations that needed to be discussed. Maybe there were some truths that needed to be discovered or talked about or worked through before leaving the situation entirely and just giving up, just feeling like it's a hopeless situation. So I'm not going to keep trying. I'm not going to hang in there. I'm just going to let it go. I'm going to walk away from this. Some of you could be walking away from your own emotions here. Therefore, could be unable to share them within the situation or the relationship. But this is really feeling defeated. And Temperance is coming in telling you, patience, practicing or working with both your emotions and how you express them before just giving up, walking away, leaving the situation. So let's see what this Knight of Swords is, because it's definitely communication here, communication here. So what is the Knight of Swords? Clarify the Knight of Swords. This is how you got here. This is communication. Maybe it was communication that was more out of anger. Maybe it was communication that was more forthright. Maybe it was communication that was hasty. Maybe somebody jumped the gun here on something. We have the 7 of Swords. Yeah, defensiveness. And we have the King of Swords. And we have the 5 of Wands. So whatever this communication was that went between you and the situation or this other person, somebody was on the defensive and very judgmental. Like the mind was already made up here. They're just, you couldn't penetrate through. This is not putting yourself in somebody else's shoes. And I think this caused a lot of havoc. Caused a lot of differences of opinions. But somebody was very, not letting anybody in, not really having a conversation, but just venting, so to speak. And that's how this situation came about. Because life is trying to help you work through some of these difficult emotions instead of just giving up on them. Because something here has been very stressful. Maybe this has been a repeated pattern. in this situation or this relationship. Maybe this is something where, you know, the door never closed, but now it's just gotten to the point where it's so overwhelming, right? It's very difficult. So let's find out what the High Priestess is here. This is really listening to your inner guidance on this. How does it make you feel? There could be no talking right now, too. The silent treatment. Waiting for somebody to crack. Ugh. Yeah, we have the Ten of Swords, or the Ten of Wands here. Holding it all in, I guess. Or trying to hold it all in. Or just trying to keep going, regardless that nobody's speaking and nobody's talking. Somehow communication here was more about proving a point than it was about resolving an issue. Or issues. Yeah, we have the Four of Cups. And we have the Ace of Wands. So what I'm seeing here is that, you know, there's an opportunity to come in to really listen to your gut instincts on this. I think that there's no talking right now. I think that this has been, you know, there's been a lot of burden and a lot of stress on here. And even though you want to reboot, you want to start over again, you know, you're not really participating in this. It's like, this is the stubborn card. Somebody's being very stubborn here. Even though they want to be able to start over again. But in this situation, what's going in your favor is you are holding yourself back from this. And again, here's those difficult conversations that have to be had. Some very difficult decisions have to be made here. Maybe ones that you really don't want to deal with. Why is this going in their favor? What is this? Oh, here again, we got decisions. Could be going back and forth on the issue as well. Maybe that's what's needed right now. You're kind of weighing the pros and the cons here. You know, maybe looking at what your expectations are, what you expect for yourself, what you expect for your family. And we got another 2. Wow, 2, 2, 2. If you start saying 2, 2, 2, that's a sign that this reading was for you. But this is really about making some choices. And really trying, you know, there might be some difficult decisions that you don't want to make. You might be going back and forth between the two. But this is really setting a course and then staying focused on it. And that's what you have going in your favor here. So if this is going to be about having difficult decisions or difficult conversations, and you decide that you're going to set the course, remember the challenge here is to make amends. That means that there's going to have to be some realizations that are going to be brought up, that, you know, maybe some truths, you know, that are going to be told that maybe you really, you know, didn't want to have to do that. But, you know, we've got mediation here. You know, it's give and take on both sides. So let's find out what judgment is. These are the outside influences. Clarify judgment, please, for our earth signs. We have the Queen of Pentacles, we have the Ace of Swords, and we have the Six of Wands. Well, if you want to move this to a better place, again, we've got the Ace of Swords here. Some truths need to come out. If you want a second chance in this, or you want to be able to mend this, I think you have to trust that there's some truths that are going to come out and come to some realizations about that. You know, judgment is a second chance. So, and the Queen of Pentacles is about trust, forgiveness, surety, assurance. That whatever truth this is, it's not here to drag you down. It's not here to kill off the relationship. It's here to evolve the relationship. And if you want to move this through to, you know, a better place, some truths do have to be realized here. Some of you may realize that maybe one of you were trying to win at something. We're trying to win in whatever these conversations were. Maybe it wasn't about really relating to the truth. Maybe it was just wanting to win the argument or the contention here. Because this seems to be very highly, like, pressurized, whatever this is. And you have the Four of Cups over here in what's heading your way. And you also have the Four of Cups here in your next step. So are you listening? Or are they listening? Are they listening to you? So let's see what the Four of Cups is, because this is supposed to be your next step. So clarify the Four of Cups. We have the Five of Swords, we have the Queen of Swords, and we have the Ten of Pentacles. Well, Earth signs, I'm just going to say, I think the next steps are to realize that maybe in this confrontation, there might be some stubbornness here that needs to be looked at. You know, you've got wanting to win here and you've got wanting to win here. And there might be some clarity and some truth here that needs to be, like the Queen of Swords is the, you know, the bullshit detector. You might have to call yourself on your own stuff. You know, maybe this has been happening for a while. Maybe this has been happening for a period of time. But in order to really build a strong foundation here and to really move things along that you really want to last, you might have to, you know, look at your behavior a little bit here. Were you trying to win an argument? Were you being stubborn? Just seeing things very clearly and calling yourself out on your own stuff. So let's find out what the Six of Swords is. Let's use this deck. Because really this is about kind of running away from the situation. And that's what this seems to be about. Maybe trying to escape. Yeah, we have death. We have the Page of Wands, and we have the Two of Cups. So instead of running away from this situation, it might be time to take a different path. Page of Wands. It might be time to, you know, go towards the situation. Look at it as something out of curiosity. Look at it as something like an adventure. Instead of looking at it as something like it has to be won, or, you know, you have to win, or the other person has to win, maybe look at it more from a standpoint of like curiosity. You know, maybe there's some things within me that I can discover, self-realization. Maybe there's some things in me that I can discover that'll help move this along to a better place, because ultimately you want to move this to a better place. You're in a situation right now where you've got hard decisions to make. You're going back and forth between, maybe the blame game here. Might have been the blame game, right? Five of Swords, blame game. Maybe you just didn't want to be blamed about something. Maybe somebody came at you too hard. And instead of dealing with it, you just ghosted it. But I think deep down inside, this is something, maybe this stubbornness has been being carried for a long, long time. And now it's time to maybe reboot this and do it a little bit differently. Take a different course of action here to bring this Two of Cups back together. So let's find out what this Seven of Pentacles is. Is this procrastination? Is this just waiting? Eight of Swords. Well, Earth signs, I think it's, you're still feeling kind of like it's a hopeless situation here. However, the opportunity is coming in here to do something a little bit differently. It's timing is about, are you ready? Are you ready to do something differently? Are you ready to, create what it is that you really want to create here? Something that's lasting. And it's just going to really take some self-realization here and some self-knowledge. Seven of Wands, resistance. It's going to take some self-knowledge and some self-realization to really get to this point. Maybe there's some experiences that you need to go through right now that are coming in. Three of Wands. Maybe there's some experiences that you need to go through right now so you can get to that place to be able to really focus on what it is you want and stay the course with it. Because, even in the outcome here, we still have feeling a little bit powerless, not knowing what to do, kind of waiting it out, maybe procrastinating, maybe resisting it. And the problem with that is that then this situation will keep coming back around. Wheel of Fortune. Like the lesson keeps coming back around until you get the lesson. And there's definitely some feelings here, discordant feelings that really need to be met. And you got transformation here. So not running away from the problem or trying to escape the problem, but really, looking at it head on. Maybe you just need to explore a little bit, some different scenarios, or maybe you need to explore a little bit, some different ways to, make amends or negotiate or work through some difficult situations. Maybe there needs to be a mediator to kind of help the two of you figure some things out, how to connect, how to talk without getting angry or defensive. Because there's a new way here that wants to come through, and it's a creative way instead of the way that it's always been handled in the past. So let's get some advice for you. This is for our Earth signs. Let's pull a 3-card advice for you. Justice, do the right thing. Look at the cause and the effect. So, doing the right thing, because running away just causes more confusion. It causes more distortion. It doesn't really bring back together what it is that you want to bring back together here. Is it something, asking yourself the good questions. Do I really want this to go for a lasting lifetime? Do I really want to be in this for the rest of my life? Am I fighting this because deep down inside, maybe I really don't want this? Two of Swords, because if you do, you're kind of going back and forth. Do I want this? Do I not? Do I want this? Do I not? And so it's really asking yourself the good questions about what you see for your future here and who you see in it with you. And who you would like to be in it with you, because it's all about your expectations. So that's what I have for you, Earth signs. I hope this helped. For those of you going on with me, the link to the extended is in the description box below. I'll see you over there. And until next time, Grand Rising, my friends.